Hi everybody, welcome to Talk Tuesday. Rather late today, I'm afraid. My day started very early and there simply wasn't time this morning to do a live video before I got started on the rest of my day, so here I am now anyway. So I'm going to be talking about the power of influencing, and the kind of influencing I'm talking about is not the kind of influencing that you hear about on social media. You know, seems to be a bit of a lifestyle choice these days, a career choice to become a so-called influencer, which is all about trying to get people to buy things, it seems. Anyway, that's not what I'm talking about. What I am going to be talking about is the power that people have to influence each other. And I was inspired to talk about this by a post I saw on LinkedIn, actually, from a friend of mine, Karen Thomas, about how it only takes 4 minutes for others to be affected by your mood. And that just got me thinking about influencing people generally. I talked before about energy vampires. You all know those, I think, people whose bad energy can affect your own in a bad way. But it works both ways. So, as I say, I thought I would just talk about the ways in which people influence each other. And I'm talking here about mood and energy generally. So, others can influence you in two ways, two main ways anyway. They can influence you in a negative way and they can influence you in a positive way. So, if we're looking at the negatives, we're talking about people like moaners. You know, we all know moaners, and it can be very easy if you're in a group of people who are moaning about one thing or another to feel, or to be drawn into it actually. You can be sucked in and it can be tempting to join in the moaning, but that just drags you down. And in fact, just staying in that group of moaners drags you down generally, whether you're staying in it or not. So, you know, it's really helpful to your own energy, your own well-being, if you can try and get out of that moaning influence. I had an instance of that today, actually. Somebody that I was talking to on a couple of occasions started moaning about somebody else and the impact they'd had on somebody. But I managed to get myself out of that conversation because I just didn't want to get drawn into it. So another way in which people can influence you negatively is by criticising. And again, you'll probably all have had experience of people who are critical, and they can criticise for no apparent reason. You know, you might be really enthusiastic about doing something, but for whatever reason, they just criticise you and criticise your way of thinking about it. And that just only serves to undermine you and your way of thinking if you allow yourselves to be negatively influenced by that critical mindset. And then another class of people who can negatively influence you are the pessimists in life, and there are plenty of those. And if you spend time with the pessimists, then they can make you doubt yourself, because again, they've got the doom and gloom mentality. And whereas you might have been feeling quite upbeat and positive about something, spending any length of time with one or more pessimists can really again, undermine that positivity that you've got. So it's really important to be aware of that and try and get yourself out of spending too much time with pessimists if you can. But on the positive side, you know, people can influence you in a good way as well. So you might have the people who really champion you, who are great for building up your self-esteem, and they will support you in whatever it is that you are doing, or whatever it is that you say you want to do. And there are the optimists who obviously, opposite to the pessimists, those are the people who lift you up just by the fact that they are looking on the bright side of everything. You know, it's the difference between the glass half full and the glass half empty. Again, I was talking the other day about my parents. My mother is very much a glass half empty sort of person, whereas my father is a glass half full person. I'm glad that I had one of each, so that hopefully I can strike the balance. But again, you will feel the difference if you spend time with either group of people. So for your own mental well-being and just generally, I would encourage you to try and spend more time with those people who lift you up, those people who are more positive, because they will help to boost your energy, boost your vibration, and you will know when you spend time with them, you just feel better about everything, more positive about life generally. So that's other people influencing you. You also have the power to influence others. It's a bit like I said at the beginning, the information I got from my friend Karen about how it only takes 4 minutes for your mood to influence other people. And that's not very much time at all if you think, if you're in a bit of a grump, how that will affect other people. So as I said earlier, if you find yourself in a group of people who are moaning, try not to get dragged into it. Try and turn things around. You know, I often try to do that, to sort of try and get people to see things a little bit more positively and a little bit more openly, instead of always looking on the negative side of things. Another way in which you can positively influence people is just to smile at people. It makes such a difference to their day. And even if you don't get a smile back, which you don't always, because some people are shy, some people don't like making eye contact, and some people are just genuinely surprised that some stranger might have smiled at them, but you don't know that you might have completely made their day by smiling at them. They might have been having a terrible day, but just seeing a friendly face smiling at them can make a world of difference. And I think we all feel better when people smile at us. It's a much nicer feeling. And then another one is to be kind. There's a lot of talk about doing random acts of kindness, but I think it just really helps to have an attitude of kindness generally. I've talked at length about kindness before, actually the impact it has on you. You being kind to somebody else actually makes you feel better, as well as making them feel better. So there are 2 reasons for doing it. But I'm talking about it here in terms of positively influencing other people, because we have huge power over other people by the way in which we treat them and the way in which we are around them. It just has a ripple effect generally. And, you know, the more people who are taking steps to be positive and to do positive things, the more that ripples out into the world, and the better the world becomes for all of us. You know, it doesn't take much for that ripple effect to happen. And if we're all rippling out bad things and negativity, then, you know, that's going to drag us all down. But if we're all trying to ripple out good things as much as we can, then, you know, that's going to lift everybody up and make the whole world feel a better place. So yeah, you have the power, we have the power to influence people in a big way, and it's worth really keeping that in mind. So thank you for watching whenever you are watching, and apologies for the wrong posting. I posted on my business page, actually, New Dawn, when I was going to be going live, instead of posting in this group as I should have done. I think I was just a bit tired after my busy weekend, and I just got my wires crossed. So anyway, thank you for watching whenever you are. As always, although this is being done live in my Facebook group, Flourishing Female Professionals, the video will be uploaded onto YouTube, and that should be available tomorrow. So thank you for watching, and I'll be back again next Tuesday. Bye for now.